What's up, guys? Welcome to my YouTube channel. If we are new to this channel, I hope you're going to like the content that I put in here, and if you are returning, well, welcome back. So today is my birthday, and I've been receiving a whole lot of love and care and flowers and cards and messages, and it's been a beautiful day. But also, one of the things that I have decided to do, especially for the past 5 years, when I've become intentional about my journey and my role as a woman, discovering my own power and my own authority as a woman. It's after a year, I would like to sit down and take inventory, just look at my life and the things that has happened, the things that I would like to change, the things that I would love to do differently, and learn from those things. Because if we never learn from ourselves and from other people, and really to take to take inventory of our lives, and we will never learn. Like, we find ourselves moving around in circles. So as part of that, 2 days ago I saw a post on Twitter, where this woman, she had a picture where she just wore a bra and a panty like that, and a lot of people made comments, different kind of comments. As you can imagine, in posts like that, you have different comments from women and different comments from men. And this guy said something. He said women these days are using their bodies, their sexuality, and their nudity as currency, as a success, as a sex. I mean, they're using sex as a success strategy. That if things don't work out, if they go out there and do stuff, then they're going to use their bodies as a success strategy. Now, as a woman, uh, as a woman who wants to be respected for my brain, for my ability, for my skills, for what I have here, rather than what is below here. Like, I don't know if there's anyone else who felt like me, but it really made me think, Uguti, because we represent each other. One of the things that I've realized and I've really come to embrace as a woman is that there's no way that what I do doesn't affect anyone. If it may affect my children, it may affect the little kids who are growing up and they're looking for a role model. Whatever it is that we do, it has an impact. We are a node. Like, if there is a network of nodes connected, I'm a node and I matter. And there are people who are connected to me. And if I'm responsible with my time and my skills and who I am, then I not only do I give permission for other women to do so, but I'm responsible. Like, I am responsible with my office, with my role and my ministry as a woman, with my power. I'm responsible with the powers that I have, and I leave a different mark for myself. So that really did not sit well with me, and it really got me thinking how many people are thinking like that, and then what it is that we as women we can do. There's we're going through a difficult time where there's gender-based violence, and there's really no excuse why why certain things are happening. But when we are sitting together as women and we are having a conversation and we are having an honest conversation, one of the things that becomes really important, and I'm speaking, from this is coming from someone who has been in an abusive situation. This comes from a person who has had to learn to love herself and not expect someone to come and save her. So I'm not speaking from a place of privilege, but I'm speaking from a place of knowing that the moment I shift my perspective about myself, about my own worth, about being really honest about the people that I'm letting into my space, then it really changed even how the people approached me. So looking back and really thinking about that, it really got me thinking that, how many times are we really being honest about why we do certain things? Like, why are we, yes, we may say that when we do certain things that we put, different pictures out there that we are doing it because we are free. We are free to express ourselves in any other way. But if we are responsible women who in their 30s, we have children who are 12, 13 years old, who are looking for role models, what is it that we are saying that these children must do? And for me, as a one of the things that I like to say, that I think I said it in the first few videos, that one thing that I really wanted when I became a woman, and I really became intentional about finding out who I am as a woman, was I wanted to be a woman that I needed when I was growing up. Because simple things like being a mother, simple things about the transitioning from a girl to a woman. What does it mean to be a woman? The fact that you are wearing a label on your, you are wearing a Gucci, you are wearing whatever label, brand that you are wearing, does that make you a woman? And as I began to know, and learn these things, I recognize that, being a woman is who you are on the inside. And I know, shallow people will think that you can't fall in love with someone on their inside before you see their faces. But for real people, because we want to attract real people in our lives. If you are not married, you want to attract a real someone who's going to treat you with respect, who's going to honor who you are. But if you don't become a person who's worth honoring, then you're going to keep attracting and getting in contacts and getting in relationship and even friendship with people who dishonors you, who disrespect you, who does not value you, who does not know your worth, because you don't know your own worth on the inside. One of the things that I really want to speak about is that I really like to speak about is the inner transformation. Because be it in business, be it in relationships, be it in creating healthy relationship communities and all those things, it really starts on the inside of us. So I want to do a series starting Monday. I want to do a series of what it means to be a virtuous woman, what it means to be a woman of wisdom. That if there is anything that we need, no one likes a heartbreak. No one likes to be disrespected. No one likes to be, if you've been in relationships and you have gone through a heartbreak, no one wants that. No one gets on the next relationship hoping to get that, because a heartbreak can break you. So one of the things that we must get and we must move towards to as women is we need to get to a point where we take responsibility. We are able to tell the truth. We are able to, if we are saying that we want long-lasting relationships, we want quality, families, because those things take time and they take investment. If we really want to get serious about having those things, we must be also really serious about the cost that it takes to get those things. Because it doesn't make sense to want to have quality life, quality relationships, and where there's mutual respect, but we are not proving ourselves to be that. And on my closing, one thing that I realized, because, I grew up with my grandmother, and she told me a lot about a woman's place, that a woman must submit. But one thing that I think that we were not told when we were growing up is that you do not submit to just nobody. Like, you don't submit to just anybody. Because no matter how good you are, how submissive you are, if you submit to under someone who has not submitted under any authority, and you are submitting to this person, you are submitting under abuse. And that's one thing that I really learned from myself, especially I woke up to the truth a few years ago that, I'm a good woman. I know that a man's role in a house, what it is, and I know what is a woman's role in a home is. But I use that in wrong places, because it's not everyone who deserves to be submitted to. There are people who are unworthy of that, who are not ready for that. If a woman is supposed to submit to a man or a husband, then you don't submit to a boyfriend. You don't submit to someone who has no intention of marrying you. And there's a whole lot of things that comes with when you take your time and you sit down and you become honest about your own mistakes and your own faults, and even some of the things that you have contributed for them happening in your own life. And you decide that you are going to change the way things are. And once you change the way you see yourself, you value yourself, how you speak to yourself and how you see yourself, then things change. Relationship change. You get with people who see you, who respect you, who tell you the truth because you tell yourself the truth. And so on Monday, I'm going to start a series where I'm going to be talking about what it takes to be a virtuous woman, what it takes to be a wise woman. I'm still learning, and it's something that I really became intentional about like 5 years ago. And when I saw that post, I was disappointed, but I realized that this is my platform, and there are people who are using their platform for whatever reason that they are using it for, and it is my and I feel that it's my responsibility. If there's a little girl out there who we must not be quiet. One of the questions that my daughter was asking me some other time was, we're speaking about politics, like if I should choose it, like is it necessary for me to choose a side, like to choose a side. And one thing that I said was, it's important to choose a side even if you don't agree with every policy there, so that you can scrutinize it. But if you don't belong anywhere and you don't choose a side for yourself, there is a wise woman and there's a foolish woman. So you gotta choose which woman you want to be, and decide on the price that that it's going to cost for you to become that woman, and pay the price if you want to. If you don't, then you leave yourself out there, and who knows where your life will end up, because it's not a life of intention. So knowing that there are different routes that in life that we choose, of good or of evil, whether it's there are two things, good or evil, bad or good, wise or foolish. And who wants to be a foolish woman? We have children, and we want to be responsible. If we want to be responsible, and if we are taking our parenting and even our womanhood with seriousness and with honesty, then there are certain things that we must change. And so that's what I wanted to speak about. I hope that you're going to join me as I start on this series on Monday, and just to share on these things and just to engage, because we women, we can learn from each other. So let me put it out there. You can comment. Just let me know what it is that you think and how you see this, because we cannot be quiet. There's doom and gloom out there, but we women who want to tell the truth, who want to live the truth, who have seen living a life of with no intention, that it leads to destruction and chaos, and we don't want that for our lives, then we must do the best that we can. We can't wait for the government to do everything. We must take responsibility and do what we can to change how the things are and how the people perceive us and they see us. They may not change, but we should, as women. So I hope you're gonna join me on Monday, and leave me a comment. I wonder what you're going to think, but leave me a comment and let me know, and I'll see you on Monday.